Well, Merry Christmas. And look at this, man. That's Santa Claus's sled. He's up there making a test run, man, because it's December 21st. And that's not a chemtrail at all. That's Santa Claus's sled. Oh, boy. Well, Sunday morning. There's some great rock and roll songs about Sunday morning. One from the Velvet Underground. Mamas and the Papas, wasn't there? Yeah, I think so. Okay, man. Well, let's go. I got to get some gas. And then we'll look at some comic books, ladies and gentlemen, which is something you should always do on Sunday morning. Yeah, let's get some gas. So it's 30 degrees this morning. It's going to be 60 degrees on Christmas, though, from what I hear. Okay. Let's see what the gas prices are like at the Skelly station here. Now they've got their Christmas tree up, their annual Christmas tree. So let's get some gas. Okay, gas is 42 cents per gallon here at the Skelly gas station. And look at this beautiful Christmas tree here. My gosh, look at Santa Claus there. Well, let's gas up and I'll be right back. Okay.
Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the lower 40s. Christmas Day, mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. Highs around 60. Thursday night, partly cloudy until midnight, then becoming mostly cloudy. With lows in the lower 30s. Friday, mostly sunny. Cooler with highs in the upper 40s. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Lows around 30. Saturday, mostly cloudy in the morning.
Okay. We're here. Well, maybe this will be the annual Christmas show, I guess. Okay. So let's look at some books. Okay. All right. Sorry, I started the show without prior planning. I should have had the Christmas music playing and had everything set up. But now, this one final touch, plugging in the charging cable. Whoa, I think got a little bit of a 1966 Batman tilt, so that's fine. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at this. This is a piece from the Cornelius, I believe, Planet of the Apes model kit. This may be the only piece I have left of my childhood third or fourth grade Planet of the Apes model kit. Because it was snapped together, it just didn't survive. Looking at stuff in this drawer here. Okay. I think I know what that stuff is. Okay. What's in this drawer? Just a moment. Okay, I was clearing up this drawer for a reason. I want to put some little knickknacks in there. Get my reading glasses on. We were just at a Skelly gas station getting gas a few moments ago. Here is Captain Midnight pen. Captain Midnight, Flight Patrol, Skelly. Man, it was in focus. Come on, man. Maybe the light has to be just right, huh? Is that what it is? Okay. I think I'm gonna possibly reconfigure where this chair is. Just a moment. Okay, I turned the chair completely around. Take better advantage of this light. Now let's see if it focuses. What is wrong with this thing? Oh, I think it's focusing. You swine. Anyway, trust me, you saw it for a moment. It's a radio premium from the Captain Midnight radio show. Where'd those boxes go? Man, oh boy. Hold on. Okay. So I put some of my radio premiums and smaller items in this drawer here. Because I've run out of cigar boxes. Although I saw some for sale yesterday, it's all right. There's a Kellogg's Pep Flash Gordon pen from 1946. And 1945 Kellogg's Pep Superman pen. All right. What else is in this box? Okay. This, I think, was a present. Graveyard Henchmen. I don't know this band. I assume that's a band, wouldn't you think? And you look them up on YouTube. Yeah, I bet this was a... Yeah, I think I remember who sent me these, yes. I think Stanley J. Kirby sent me those. So I assume this is a pretty good band, Graveyard Henchmen. I'll look them up as soon as I finish this historic broadcast. Let's see what we have here. There's just not enough light here. I think I'm going to show you this stuff in the other room real quick, and then come back here. I've been paused. I have no idea. I don't know how long I've been paused. I better stop using the pause button, because I don't know if you guys saw all the stuff I just showed. I have no idea. If I'll see later. Anyway, I was showing a bunch of these books, these showcase books, and talking away, showing you, and then it turned out that I was paused the whole time. So I don't know if you saw the Buck Rogers Solar Scouts pen or not. I just have no idea. Anyway, these are great stories from the early 60s, from Star Spangled War stories. But definitely worth your money. This was, this was $17 back about 13, 14 years ago. But usually, as I recall, I would get them for half price from bookstores, from the comic stores, because no one was buying them. Here's Weird War Tales. It reprints issues 1 through 21. It's like a phone book, black and white art. And cheap way to read this stuff. Got several shelves of these things. Teen Titans. Here's an Adam Strange one. So it's doesn't reproduce the ads. Everything's black and white. But the here's the Unknown Soldier. This was a lot of fun. Oh, they use photographs there. What's that? The Unknown Soldier, if you've never read it, that Sam Raimi movie, called Dark Man, was basically the Unknown Soldier, except without the wartime setting. He could change his face. Yeah. This, they use photos on this page. That's something I think Kirby pioneered. I don't know if other people were doing that before Kirby started doing those photo collages in the Fantastic Four. The Haunted Tank. So I don't know if these are have gone up in value or what. This is from 2006, so it was the early 2000s that DC was doing this. There's volume 2 of The Haunted Tank. So if you're someone that has more money than you know what to do with it, which is very few of us, but maybe, you're like that guy Sticky Goose, who was a dentist and had all this money, and he listened to people like these YouTube influencers like Comic Tom and about what to buy, and he bought all this stuff he didn't really like. I'm showing you stuff that's good, but don't waste your money on key issues and stuff. Anyway, here's Enemy Ace. This is great stuff too, and my close-up vision's all blurry. I'm used to my close-up vision being pretty good, and yeah, I'll get used to it, but it's just once I get a prescription for close-up, these are not, I don't know, the eye doctor looked at, I don't remember getting these, but I think I got them from the eyeglass place at the mall and back in Texas, and because he said he looked through them, and he said that they were adjusted for an astigmatism. So these aren't just readers. These must have been made for me at that time about 6-7 years ago. But I need something updated. Yeah. Oh yeah, let me get this Enemy Ace over here with the other war books. There are other ways to get these books. I'll show you those. Now this Wonder Woman is the Silver Age Wonder Woman. Doesn't go back to the 40s. This starts with Wonder Woman 98 in May 1958. Oh boy. What is this, man? Old ruler. It's the box for a childhood radio. I still have, I went through several of these as a kid. They were how I listened to the radio at night after I went to bed. Open up this tin, and there's a bunch of army men in here. See this guy? See how skinny he is? He's called a flat. And that's how a lot of those toys they sold through comic books were tricks like this. They said, you get 100, 500 army men, whatever. But they were super skinny. So they'd come in a box this big, like this Indian. See, it's kind of disturbing, really. A lot of these are flats. I think that's what they call them. Here's a soldier that's not a flat, although he's kind of flat on the ground. But I don't know that this isn't from the 60s. This has a feel of being newer. Here's a bigger guy. Yeah, the ones that my brother had were from this one company called, wonder what happened to all my brother's army men and tanks and half-tracks. For a while, they were in my custody growing up. And then my brother had a son, and he wanted, hey, you still have those old army men? He wanted to hand them down to his son, so I gave them to him, and I'm sure that they were sold at a garage sale at some point, that, you know, that they were left in my custody, they'd still be cherished. I don't know. Maybe they are being cherished somewhere, but I, out of nostalgia from my oldest brothers who grew up in the 60s, his army men, I wanted the half tracks from eBay. Oh, the company's called Auburn, Auburn. They made really good army men. How about that? What the heck is this? Sometimes I get a bunch of stuff at an estate sale and in a bag, and you don't know what it is. This guy has seen his better days. Look at him. He's missing an arm and looks like both feet. Yeah, these things were brittle. This guy is missing a whole leg and his base. This guy's still intact. He's just needs to visit Taco Bell more often and put on some weight. Here's a very skinny policeman. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Is this enough content, amazing, entertaining content for you on this Sunday morning? This is a beanbag from Toss Across. Which that game is around somewhere. That was one of my least favorite Christmas presents, Christmas of 1975. I got a $6 million man, but the Toss Across wasn't as exciting a present to me. You play tic-tac-toe and threw these little bean bags, and maybe it's cool. Not to me at that time. Here's Metal Men. This reprints what issues? This one's from 2008. So this project is something they were doing for a while. Only DC presents the robots who think they're human. So this is Metal Men number 16. So this is not volume 1, is it? No, it's volume 2. I think I've got a color, yeah, I think I've got a Middleman. Uh-oh, the Christmas music stopped. I better go fix that. Okay, well, I think I showed you these the other morning. These are 1930s Betty Boop plates. Let's put these in this drawer as well. Look, it's driving me crazy because I don't know if I was in pause when I showed you this stuff. So I'm going to show it to you again. And if I did show it to you already, then it will, you'll just fast forward past this, right? Yeah, I wasn't sure if I showed you this. Dang, I can't see anything. It's a Buck Rogers Solar Scouts pin. And little tiny Mr. Peanut. I'm getting attacked by cats here. Oh my gosh, I got something in my eye. I can't rub my eyes because I just had cataract surgery, but it feels like something got in my eye. I may have to go put some eye drops in. Yeesh. I think it's probably dust or something. Yeesh. This is a Ralston, Ralston Purina cereal. Radio premium for the Straight Shooter Club. And they had different letters on them. I got a G. I remember Meyer got one that had an M, but it's the guns and a G. G for Grottu. And last but not least, again, I may have shown you this a few minutes ago, and again, the pause button, it's part of my dementia. I just don't even know if I was in pause. Dang, that cat is scratching my foot. It's a Mo Howard flicker ring. Cat, what are you doing? This cat is, that darn cat. Pay attention to me. That's my Darth Vader clock. Okay. Should I get an eye drop? I might have to get some eye drops. Let's see here. Hold on. They stole my seat while I was gone. Far more entertaining. Okay, well, meanwhile, what other things can entertain you here? It's a photo of Morticia Adams. Where should I put that? Perhaps up here. Well, here's a Ovaltine Captain Midnight Shaker. Ovaltine, the heart of a hearty breakfast, Captain Midnight. And Leaping Lizards. For a swell summer drink, there's nothing like a cold Ovaltine shake-up, eh, Sandy? Arf. And I think I've got some others. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Oh, Christmas music stopped again. I'm making a recording of Christmas music here. Old department store Christmas music. Here's some teeth. How about that? Look at this. It's a snake squirt gun from the 70s. My childhood, I used to have one that was like Galen or Cornelius, which is basically the same character, that would spit. They made Planet of the Apes ones that would spit. In the 60s, they made a Batman that would spit on you. And unfortunately, and there was a Popeye, and unfortunately, this was where their crotch was, and the water was right where their rear end was. It was kind of something else, man. I'm trying to clear things off here to make this a little more presentable. This is the Supreme Leader, or whatever he was from Battlestar Galactica. I think this is supposed to be the race that created the Cylons. I think they explained it better in the original movie, and then they edited that part out, and then kind of never used those lizard-looking characters again in the TV series. And this was sent to me by John Goris. A different kind of army man. That there. This is an official one-eyed purple. It's a purple people eater. See, it even says it's there. And if you listen to the song, this is exactly the way they describe it. One-eyed, one-eyed pigeon-toed. It's pigeon-toed. He's got the one-eyed, one horn. There's the horn. One-eyed, one horn. Flying purple people. See, there's the wings for him to fly. It's completely accurate to the original description. He needs to be in a more prominent place. I'll put the purple people eater right there. No, let's leave him over here. Did the Christmas music stop again? God. Oh no, these cats are fighting. Come on, hey, guys, break it up. Break it up. Break it up. I don't know if they're playing or if it's a violent fight to the death. I can't tell the difference. I think if it was a fight to the death, wouldn't there be hissing and stuff? It just didn't. My gosh. Have they no shame? All right. What else can I do here? I got to clear off these pinball machines, man. I've got some Lord of the Rings bookmarks, which I'm sure are highly collectible. This stuff I can put in those drawers over there. Now this is supposed to be over with the Nutty Mads. This is based on the Thinker. What was it? Who's the sculptor? Rodin? Not the Rodin from the Godzilla movies. See, it's the Thinker. But this is supposed to be the Stinker, because I think originally he was on a toilet. But see, I'm sure kids in the 60s thought this was really funny with it. Anyway, he's supposed to be over here with these guys. Okay, here's an empty drawer. This is my Lego booklet from my probably from what, 1969, 1970? Maybe it's dated. Let's see if it's dated. But it's definitely from my childhood. It would date back to, the first season of Sesame Street. That would be 1969. Here's the Catwoman from the Fox cartoon. This is a really bad Xena Warrior Princess action figure. It's not a very attractive sculpt. Dang it. Well, this is a smaller version. This is the actual action figure from way back when in the 1990s. Now the cats are fighting again, man. What are you guys doing? Stop, man. Oh, here's the Catwoman from the movie. And this is, I can't remember. This isn't from Marvel Comics. This is from Image, right? Is this from Wildcats? I bought this in the 1990s because I thought, that's an interesting sculpture, but they make them a lot better now. Okay, the music ended again. Dang. I need to put on some longer Christmas music. Okay. Oh yeah, I showed you this Doctor Strange book. Reprinting the 1974 comics. I've cleared the shelves where I can actually put this on a shelf now. Maybe down here. Okay, what is this? I'll move Flaming Carrot up here. Here's Steranko Shield stuff. Whether or not the coloring is exactly accurate to the original books, I don't know. Answers about the FBI. This is from 1970 printing. Okay. Oh, here's. Wanted to show you something, and I'm not finding it now. Huh. All right, we're back. Where's the base to this Batman? This is a great Batman, but he kept falling over, man. Now I need to find his base. Perhaps this is it. Yeah, it says DC. Come on, man. I'm not good at posing these things, man. Oh boy. Maybe this isn't the right base. Oh no, it's actually going into his foot now. Oh, come on. You swine. There we go. I gotta put this Naga somewhere. The time is now 10:30 in the morning. Okay, I put the 3 Nagas there on this couch. These are definitely memories of Christmas morning in the past. These Mego figures. Cats keep knocking this Elvira down, man. How do I keep her up, man? Maybe that'll work. Oh, they've knocked everything down, man. Oh, shoot. Whew. This is driving me crazy, man. Pause this. I'm gonna finish drinking my Dr. Pepper and look at some comics. I'm getting tired of this shit. Okay. I wanted to show you a book, though. But where is that book? I gotta find that book. Now I'm on a mission. He used to work with someone that was a retired Air Force colonel, that when he was in the Air Force, he was single-handedly responsible for doing away with the nose art on these planes. And he was really proud of it, because he was, he was a guy that was at Woodstock, and then he joined the Air Force, I guess, because it was better than being in the Army during Vietnam. And anyway, I appreciate that artwork, and I said, "Oh man, why did you have to go and do that?" That didn't compute to him in his thought process that anyone would feel that way. He would think everyone would congratulate him for doing away with that horrible artwork. But to me, it was a part of Americana. Oh man, there's a picture of my grandmother that I never met. Well, let's look at these things before I find that book. But it's gotta be here. It's gotta be. I know what the spine looks like. I had to take most of these books off the shelves and then put them back on the shelves when I moved the bookcases. And some of the books didn't get put back in the right place, which is problematic. It's Peter. I was given these, the guy that drove me to my eye surgery gave me these cards. Charlie's Angels. He knew I collected stuff. Charlie's Angels was a show that I remember seeing the opening credits. I don't know if I ever actually sat down and watched an entire episode from start to finish. I really can't tell you that I did. She was on Dark Shadows. I enjoyed that first Charlie's Angels movie, the Drew Barrymore movie, even though I didn't like her husband or boyfriend at the time. That weird comedian was named Tom Green. I thought that was a fun movie. Then the sequel was not as good as I recall. I'll put these cards in this drawer temporarily until I pull out where I keep all my cards, which is down in the basement. I'm just trying to clear off these pinball machines. This is probably not the actual Christmas episode. I'll probably do that on closer to Christmas. Toying about doing a New Year's show. We'll see about that. We'll see. Okay, let's find this book. Now, The Avengers, I thought that was much better than Charlie's Angels. Of course, everyone knows that. I never played this game, but I bought this monster manual because it had monsters in it, and I love monsters. Even though the artwork is rather crude, just like stuff from a fanzine. Oh, now I've lost my reading glasses. This is oh man, without my reading glasses, I am really screwed. Let's go find them. We'll see if this is a first printing. Is that them? I don't think this is them, but they're similar. I can't keep track of anything, man. No, that's not them. There's an eyeball. Oh, shit. Oh, there's my glasses. I set them down next to the Battlestar Galactica guy. I might as well leave these readers close to the library here because no telling when I'll need them. Oh, this is like let's look at this. When we moved in here, there was this person that was that I used to work with that said that we should burn sage. Some kind of witchy thing we do, I guess, to ban ghosts. So this was probably from some witch store, sage. But it never happened. So far, I haven't seen any ghosts. Someone asked me that in the comments of yesterday's video. They said, have you encountered any ghosts? And I'd say no, but the visitor did. This is, man, it looks like Frankenstein, doesn't it? This is from where? This is like a tiki, for a tiki drink, right? From some tiki bar, but I don't know which one. Here's a thing of ancient pencils. I like it when the points are pointing up. Yeah, that's really, some of these these are from, yeah, old style phone numbers. These are advertising pencils. There's nothing in here that's incredible. Why are the pencils? Why are they're putting up? This is from Kansas City. Maybe a lot of these are from Kansas City. This is just a regular pencil. I don't know what you guys are interested in. What kind of content do you want to see? Do you just only want to see comic books? Is that really what the viewers of this show want? I'm just showing you random stuff that I encounter. This one's pretty good. It's a shame it was actually used. The monsters on this. I'm just trying to turn these pencils the other way, man. My wife doesn't like most Christmas music, because she had bad experiences as a child with Christmas time, and I love Christmas music, so I kind of have to listen to Christmas music secretly. It's like a forbidden thing. But my mother didn't want me watching Three Stooges and reading Dennis the Menace, so and now I still love Monsters, which she forbid also, and Three Stooges and Dennis the Menace, so didn't work. Here's a weird pencil. Look at this. What kind of pencil is this? It's Mayfield Lumber Company. I don't know that people make these promotional pencils anymore, do they? Maybe this is a lost art. Another lumber company. This is the kind of thing that you wind up finding at estate sales. Some person saves pencils, and I must have gotten these back in Texas. This one is Mayfield Lumber Company, East Main, Arlington, Texas. It's got the old style phone number. See? Old style phone number, meaning it's from the 60s or before. Lewis Kirk Brick Company. Where is it from? Oh, Dallas. Central Expressway. Central Expressway was built in the 50s, and it was great in the 50s, apparently, from what I've been told. But then the population got bigger, and that highway became really dangerous. Hard to get on. Really short little ramps to get onto that highway. They fixed it in recent years before I left Dallas. Yeah, there's some scary times. I remember driving back there in Texas. But isn't this great content, watching me turn pencils around? I'm not trying to purposely mock my viewers or anything. What is this? A bunch of pins and a... Oh, this doesn't even work anymore, does it? Yeesh. This is like a Batman and Robin snow globe glass, but the liquid, I think, is all gone from it in the last... How long has it been? Since the 90s? 30 years. Oh, this is the little thing for my reading glasses. Oh, yes, Merry Christmas. Put that up here with him. Okay. And we're even recording, yes. Okay. We were looking at this monster manual. It was originally 27th September 1977, but I don't know if I have the first edition. But copyright 1977-78 TSR Games. Oh, yes, here it is. Third edition, December 1978. I wonder what this is worth. Most of this artwork is really pretty shitty, to be honest with you. Occasionally there'll be a piece of art that's good. This piece here is perfect size for a 45 RPM record, and it was stolen and used on a Cramps bootleg 45 RPM record. I think maybe for like a early version of I Was a Teenage I'm a Werewolf, which was a Cramps song. So that, whatever this artist is, DAT, he's pretty good. But anyway, it's just, I never played this game. It seemed too math related. You had to know all these numbers, hit points and everything. It seemed like you're taking a college course to play some little game. And where there would be no girls. Although there were girls that played Dungeons and Dragons, but maybe they were okay, they were Velma types, sometimes there'd be a guy that played Dungeons and Dragons that was from a wealthy family, and he would have a pretty girlfriend. I mean, I remember seeing guys at comic conventions with beautiful girl on their arm, pretending to be interested. And you could tell they were like a Richie Rich type, they probably had, a butler following them a few steps behind. Yeah. Comics aren't, we'll see. I'm going to start getting my wife on this show and talking about comics and see what she knows about comics and what she thinks about the comics that I show. Here's Red Ram. She has good taste, so she'll probably enjoy the artwork and everything and appreciate the stuff. I think this is Red Rambler. This has been sitting here for 3 years. I don't remember what it tasted like. I don't even know what it is. Is this is this alcoholic? Government warning. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink. Yeah, it's alcoholic. 2009. 2009. We bought, that's when it's copywritten. But anyway, I don't know. I guess we got this when we first came to town, because I guess maybe or maybe my wife thought that was a cool design. It's not uncool. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, how about that? Red Rambler. This is by Gary Gygax, man. Dungeons and Dragons, ladies and gentlemen. That's about all you'll ever hear me. Whenever Dungeons and Dragons is brought up, I have nothing to say except I have a monster manual. And there it is. You saw it, ladies and gentlemen. Proof that I actually once bought a Dungeons and Dragons thing. And I'm not too embarrassed to admit it. Yeah, man, I guess I moved. This book is not here. Oh, maybe it's over here. Oh, some of these books never got put back. How did this happen? Yeah, here's the book I was looking for. All right, we got some books to look at. I've cleared off the Beatles with the Beat Time. It's a bootleg thing. I mean, it's not really the Beatles, it's the Boodles, it says. So, Capital can't sue. Where in the name of heck did these books go before? Why do I have such... I pulled all these books off the shelf. So where? What? Okay, well, doesn't matter. Here's Tales of Terror. Let me see if I... Oh, I remember now. This is just postcards of the covers of these pre-code horror books. So you really can't open the spine too much without breaking it. I'll just put this up over things. The Monkees. Who's got the button? I guess that's the button. It's all psychedelic. Authorized edition based on the popular television series from 1968. How about that? The Monkees, ladies and gentlemen. Dynamite, the magazine that... Let me plug you guys back in. You got the magazine when your teachers brought in that... You got this little brochure. Whoa, I dropped the book. It's probably not in mint condition anymore. I get disoriented with these glasses on. It's, no, the book's fine. It's, Dynamite was the book that you could order from your teachers, and it was actually a pretty good magazine from the 70s. And that this is the Dynamite Monster Hall of Fame. So of course I had to get this book. Being a monster kid, this was all part of the sickness. Now, believe it or not, some of these movies, these weird movies from the 60s that were not family friendly, like Blood Feast and 2000 Maniacs and Orgy of the Dead, actually had novelizations that were put out in probably not the nicest of stores that you buy them at. But when Herschel Gordon Lewis's movies became popular again in the 80s with their release on VHS and what did it exactly? I guess the VHS release and maybe Fangoria magazine talking about it. This is a new release of the novel that Herschel Gordon Lewis wrote. Man, there's a lot of curse words in here that were not in the movie. As I recall, I don't remember there being cursing in the movie. It was just that you were seeing gore. And that was what was shocking about the movie. But I'm seeing the GD word and yeah, a lot of that word. But these are supposed to be ghosts from the Civil War era, and that is a word that was used a lot during that time period. That HBO series called, was it called Tombstone? What was it called? That Deadwood, where they used the F word. I would say probably several thousand times in every hour-long episode. And I'm not even exaggerating. They would use that word maybe 4 or 5 times in every sentence. To the point that it became, look how I used my pinky. Isn't that very elegant? Yes, it did. Yeah, terrible show. I mean, it would have been a good show if not for that, because it took you out of they had, the wonderful, period detail and everything. Everything looked good. Actors were good. And then you do that stupid stunt with the language. You need to use the profanity. If you want to make it realistic, use the profanity that people would have actually used in 1870. And the profanity used back then was far more religious in its basis, like the GD, that kind of thing. Okay. Try to remember this. This is Stingray Afternoons by Steve Rushin. It's a story of the 1970s of a, God damn it. Oops, sorry. Gosh darn it. Of a road trip in a wood-paneled station wagon with the kids in the way back singing along to the Steve Miller Band. Yeah. Brothers waking up early on Saturday mornings for 5 consecutive hours of cartoons and advertising jingles they'd be humming all day. The father, one of 3M's greatest and last 8-track salesman fathers, traveling across the country on brand new Boeing 747, providing for his family but wanting nothing more than to get home. It's Steve Rushin's story of growing up within a 70s landscape populated with Bic pens, Mr. Clean and scrubbing bubbles, lightsabers, and those oh-so-coveted Schwinn Stingray bikes. Stingray Afternoon paints an utterly fun, psychedelically vibrant, laugh-out-loud, funny, oh boy, that little kitten. So it looks like this is a pre-release promotional thing, saying how this book's going to be marketed. Social media campaign, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, and Goodreads. On sale July 3rd, 2017. So this is an autobiography. I don't remember where I got this. Oh, I see that GD word in this book, too. My goodness. I haven't read this, and it looks like a book that's right up my alley, so perhaps I should read that book. I gotta get these books out. This cat, whoa. This cat is gonna get them. This cat's gonna get you. Okay. The Hidden Persuaders. Remember this? Remember when they had the big thing about subliminal advertising back in the 70s? How they had things hidden in the ice cubes and the liquor ads. What makes us buy, believe, and even vote the way we do? An introduction to the new world of symbol manipulation and motivational research. The Hidden Persuaders. So this is, originally it was $4. Vance Packard. By the way, Damon Packard, D-A-M-O-N, Packard, P-A-C-K-A-R-D, like the car. Look him up on YouTube. Fine filmmaker. He's doing things on YouTube that You won't believe. You got to watch it. You will just will not believe it, man. A genius. 1957, 10th printing, November 1957. I guess this went back to the 50s, the revelations of this. And I was thinking it was the 70s. I remember the drive-in movie theater promos in between the two movies. There'd be a single frame, to make you want to buy Coca-Cola. There'd be a picture of a desert, and then Coca-Cola would flash, and supposedly so quickly your eye wouldn't see it, but your subliminal mind would. Here's Robert Heinlein. Have spacesuit will travel. You can tell this came from a school library. And Ray Bradbury was great. I mean, he did these books for. Yep, there's the card. School library. He did these books that were written for kids, but also great stuff. Robert Heinlein. School library, school library, school library. Someone was having fun with the stamp. Yeah, great guy. The source of many a book report when I was in middle school were Robert Heinlein books. While it's Tom Corbett's Space Cadet, Stand By for Mars. Popular TV show back in the 50s, although today it's only mainly remember it by the term Space Cadet, which airheads are called Space Cadets, obviously. I don't know, at least they used to back in the 70s. Do they still do that? So this is 1952. Man, pretty good shape for a book from 1952. Criswell predicts from now to the futuristic year of 2000. He was a TV psychic that would go on talk shows, and it was let's see, dramatically and with a record of astounding accuracy, Criswell has predicted events in America and around the world for more than 30 years. An ever-increasing number of people follow his syndicated columns. Millions have seen him on the Johnny Carson and Jack Paar television programs and many others. Plus, I think today we primarily know him as the guy that narrates Plan 9 from Outer Space, and he was in Glenn or Glenda, I believe, and definitely he was in Orgy of the Dead, the Ed Wood movies. But anyway, the predictions in here. Meteor destroys London back in 1988. Remember when that happened? That was a rough time, man. All of these are going to be wrong. But if you make enough predictions, eventually you'll hit one that's right. Like that Jean Dixon apparently predicted Kennedy's assassination, and she milked that for the next few decades on the cover of National Enquirer. It's the amazing psychic that predicted the Kennedy assassination. Okay, juvenile delinquency. I predict that juvenile delinquency in America will increase steadily every year, as will teenage use of drugs. Well, a curbing of the trend will not take place until 1979, when laws will be passed sentencing juvenile offenders to ray treatment, a revolutionary system that uses controlled radiation to turn obstinate transgressors into meek conformists. It will be used on all criminals. Well, pretty easy to figure out that, yeah, juvenile delinquency is going to increase, but then remember in 1979 when they started using radiation to turn these kids into good people. Remember Doc Savage books? When he caught the bad guy at the end of the book, he would do brain surgery on them to make them into good people. Oh, shit! Imagine when you're trying to fall asleep and that happens. Fuck. I was mainly concerned, more than my flesh being shredded, this copy of Seduction of the Innocent here. I didn't want that being damaged by the claws of a cat. Okay, this is a book that came out in the early 50s. Horrifying mothers and teachers talking about comic books causing juvenile delinquency and things like that. Here is violence galore. Violence in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. Zap, crash, sock, splat, bam, smash. See the sound effects down at the bottom. Now, he put this book out, and it created a big controversy, and sorry, I'm starting to read it. You know, he's someone that comic collectors hate, this guy, because he brought EC Comics down, which was arguably the high water point of comics in all of the history of comics. But did he really bring it down? The horror comics, they stopped publishing the horror comics and everything, but they kept publishing Mad, and Mad was the biggest selling comic in the 60s by far. So really, the 60s really was not the Marvel age of comics, but the EC age of comics. Of course, DC outsold Marvel as well. Okay, so if you step back, we love these shocking comics of the 50s. At least I do. I think they're great and a lot of fun, but if you can step back and actually see it from the point of view of a parent in the early 50s, I can see why they were upset. No, I do not think it's good that the comics were burned and destroyed and set on fire in bonfires, but a comic book with that cover? I mean, as a parent looking at this book, and seeing cat's behind me like a pillow right now. See what he's got. He's showing from a true crime book how they're plotting out how they're going to commit the crime, and then some kid has a map of how he's going to do some robbery. But now he's showing hidden pictures with them. The comic companies did push things pretty far. I mean, they did go as far as they possibly could, which is the way that It always is, you know. As much, I feel like I'm wearing a coonskin cap with its tail is alive. But now some of these, I'm just showing you the picture. This cover from an EC comic where the guy's hung and you can see the bone broken in his neck. And they're dragging people behind a car to erase their faces. The guy's about to shove a needle into a girl's eye. I mean, it had to come to an end at some point. Well, the the cat doesn't approve of me saying that, but the comic companies got together and said we gotta stop, man. This guy's playing a baseball game with the guy's head, the eyes coming out. They're using the intestines, marking the the catcher's got the guy's torso and on in front of him. And they're using a leg as the bat. I think that those stories are wonderful, but for a little kid, man, I just don't know what to say. It's just, I love those comics, but I understand why parents were upset. And if you don't understand why a parent was upset, then there's something wrong with you. This book should be over here. Oh, damn. Here's a book, similar, Ghastly Terror. Hey there, Charlie the cat. Can I sit down here? Her name is Charlotte the cat, but also Charlie. At first, we thought it was a guy, and so it was named Charlie after Charlie Kirk, and then her name became Charlotte. But really, the name is either Charlie or Charlotte. Okay, I gotta move you a little bit. This is my chair, man. Maybe I'll just move to the other room. What time is it anyway? Whoa. Cat hijacked my chair. Why, it's 11:15 in the morning. I forgot about this book. This must be from the 80s, I guess. Lots of 99. There's a bunch of books about the 50s Comics Code controversy. But this goes up to a more recent time. This isn't just covering the 50s here. This even has underground comics in it. Books, you know, Psycho and Eerie Publications, Warren. Now the kittens come in here, man. Well, okay, enough of that. Kevin said he pulled out a magnifying glass in his store and it completely confused some younger people in the store. They had never seen or heard of a magnifying glass before. They said, "What's that for?" Sometimes you don't realize that kids today, when they want to magnify something, they just use their phone. Now, you would think that just being alive on planet Earth, you would be exposed to things like that, from Sherlock Holmes or holding a magnifying glass or movies, but some people live in little TikTok shells where they don't have any idea what's going on in the world. Here's another book, Seal of Approval, The History of the Comics Code. Yeah, bunch of these things. Bunch of these things you're not going to see today because I grow weary of these things. How did these get knocked around? The cat must have done that. I better put these up. This Criswell book. Look, it's Pinocchio. It was from Christmas in 1945. Fort Worth, Texas. Someone named Phyllis Powell. It was on sale for $12 at Half Price Books, and they marked it down to $6. The original book, Pinocchio. And this is a 1927, published in 27. And this was the edition from October 1930. So this book was 15 years old when it was gifted in 1945 on that Christmas morning. There's Dan DiCarlo art from Archie fame. Sometimes you just got to find a way to fit books in any way you can. Well, there's a couple of Night Tiger episodes that are up on YouTube that I need to watch. And David Wilcox got a live show. I didn't think he was going to go live today because he was posting on Twitter or X or whatever that he was having really bad problems there in Colorado. He was up on a mountain. But well, I just worked 2 days this week, and then I have a Christmas vacation, and I'll be able to do some shows during that time. Oh, my recording ended. Liverpool. All right. Well, hello. We're decorating for Christmas here at the Hotel Orloff. Well, that's Jack Abel from 1956. I was a teenage werewolf. Lots of werewolf music we're going to be playing this afternoon here on KLIF. And here's more werewolf music from the Grottu Orloff Show. All right, I got to go to the restroom. You can watch this old radio show. Oh, this is a shitty song, man. And every kiss makes me want more. Bad records, man. You can't play bad records. That will never play again on KLIF. Oh shit. Sorry about that. 1190, the big kid from Dallas, Texas. Grottu Orloff. Okay. All right. Let's see what we looked at yesterday. We didn't look at this box, or did we? looked at all these Thor comics. We looked at this whole box, Thor through Wonder Woman, on yesterday's episode. I gotta take these boxes back upstairs. Let me make sure I go through all of them before I do that. This box starts with Captain Savage and his Leatherneck Raiders, number 1. This is a Marvel War comic that has been forgotten, although it has Hydra in it here, and it has a young Ben Grimm appear in one issue. This is another copy. I think I have several copies. This issue is everywhere. This is my 3rd copy. Is that a 4th copy? Yes. 4 copies of the same issue, issue number 3. And then issue number 6. Issue number 7. Number 9. Well, it went on for a while. Here's issue 18. All right, we're moving into Challenges of the Unknown. Surprisingly, I don't have many copies of Challenges of the Unknown. I love the comic, but here's 42. Here's another copy of it. This one, let's see the big Frankie ad on the back. 45. It's 45 again. See, I gotta keep them on. I can't read the issue numbers. 48. With a guest appearance by the Doom Patrol. 54. And here's 61. We're moving closer and closer. This is when DC started to change its look a little bit. They're still in the 12-cent era, but they're almost to the 15-cent era. The Neil Adams influence comes in, and the look of the whole DC line kind of changes. Here's number 70 and Wretched Condition.
Hey, we're having a
76.
night marathon here on KLIF, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of hit songs based on that great Marvel comic book here. KLIF
Here's special Super DC Giant Challenges of the Unknown. And then this is all my Silver Age books that are in these boxes. So Conan the Barbarian. Some people say that the first issue of Conan the Barbarian was the beginning of the Bronze Age. And I can see that, but as long as there's a corner box at the side, I consider it Silver Age. I don't consider the Bronze Age really starting until, man, what would that be? Really early 1972, or was it late 71 when the strip started to go across the top, Marvel Comics Group? Anyway, this isn't an original copy. This is a facsimile of Conan the Barbarian number 1. Then I bought that twice. Here's a real copy of Conan the Barbarian number 4. I really want to get that issue number 3 with the Grim Gray God, because I used to have a t-shirt when I was in 3rd or 4th grade of that cover. Here's number 6. I bought this at Lone Star Comics years ago. See how it has next to the 6, there's a G there, meaning it's in good condition. I think it's in better than good condition, but that's Lone Star Comics, which is now mycomicshop.com. in the 70s and at least into the 80s, early 80s, they would actually write in pencil the condition on a comic. Here's number 7. Most of my Conan the Barbarian, well, they're going to be, Conan the Barbarian was primarily a Bronze Age comic. So that's mostly in other boxes. But you've seen those recently because I was going through them because Kevin at Gotham City Comics got a whole bunch of Conan the Barbarians in, and I wanted to see which ones I was missing. And it turned out he only got one in he only had a new one. There was only one that I didn't have, and it was in pretty bad shape. Well, it was okay, but he just said, here, you can have this one for free. And, okay, here's Daredevil number 1, not the real thing, a facsimile. Daredevil back in the 70s was a easy title to collect. I always liked Daredevil, but it's still, I don't know. There's some movie about a dog, and it has that Zooey Deschanel actress that I think it has pretty good taste in music and is a pretty good singer. I like her music. She has this group, She and Him. They do great Christmas music. Look up She and Him Christmas. You'll enjoy her music. But she's a crazy liberal. She was like one of the biggest proponents of Biden when he was running. I mean, she doesn't have any common sense, but she made some movie with a dog, and then the boyfriend it's like this some weird looking guy, British guy, and I heard his name, Charlie Cox, and I realized, oh, that's the guy that plays Daredevil in that TV series that was pretty good on Netflix, and then I doubt it's very good on Disney, because Disney's just a joke. But that guy, I guess, I don't know why they didn't have him shave. It didn't make any sense for a character who has this part of his face exposed to have constant several day beard growth, because people would, first of all, an attorney wouldn't go into court looking like that, like a homeless person. Maybe they're trying to say, well, he's blind, he can't shave. I don't know what they're thinking, man. It's just so obvious that it would seem like pretty obvious that he's the same guy as Daredevil, and they both have the same. Okay, here's coverless Daredevil number 34. To squash a beetle. Daredevil 35. Whenever I could find Silver Age Daredevils, I'd buy them over the years. This is my collection from... These are the comics I've amassed since I started collecting in 1969. Maybe I never really did much mail order of comic books. It's just whatever I stumbled into in the wild, as the YouTubers say. Until recently, I've gotten books from mail order, a few, but there's 52. They're trying to get a little bit of the Steranko look there, DC started to make all their titles look like Neil Adams. They got all their other artists to start trying to draw like Neil Adams. Like Marvel had all their artists try to look like Kirby. At this point, they're trying to kind of make everybody look like Steranko, and then over at DC, they're trying to make everyone look like Neil Adams, trying to... Oh, this is a great cover, 53. $55. Another copy of 55. 56. There's a movie called The Mask, and that that design of that mask was taken right from that. Here's 57. 62. I guess they had more Daredevils than I thought. 66. It's still probably embarrassing compared to you guys' collections that probably have everything. 67. 68. 74. 75. This is a perfect time to film a video because the sun coming through this window here is better than one of those ring lights. It's really perfect. So the perfect time, at least on December 21st, is about 11:30 in the morning. Here's 77. 78. Damn, I have a lot of Daredevils. I didn't know. Here's 80. Ooh, look, it's a king size special. All new, not a single reprint. Number 1. King size special number 2. Ooh, then we move into DC special. Top teen favorites in a hippie happy holiday happening, man. This is a Christmas issue. In a terrible bag. Eee. Let's open this up and take a look at it since it's Christmas. A hippie happy holiday happening. That should be the name of this episode. Aurora is trying to branch out into other stuff besides just model kits, board games, games. And of course, they were also doing model model motoring. Slot car racing. So this is basically all the Archie style. Ooh, it's got a torn page, man. This is Candy. Melvin. You don't meet people named Candy and Melvin very often anymore, do you?
Halo quickly, effectively removes loose dandruff from both hair and scalp. Halo gives oceans of fragrant, soft water lather, even in hardest water.
A blockbuster issue. Oh my, Superman died again.
Especially safe and gentle, it's ideal for children's hair too. Get Halo at any drugstore
Look at that.
cosmetic counter.
Halo, Halo shampoo, Halo. The official shampoo.
Oh, here's Kenny.
Radio show.
He's like a Beatnik Maynard G. Krebs type. Kenny was he part of the, I don't know. These look like, oh, here's Leave It to Binky.
Refresh, enjoy Dr. Pepper, the distinctively different soft drink for today's light and light.
I got you.
That's Dr. Pepper for fun.
Pardon my language. It's all fine. It's all good.
Lift is great. The flavor fine. It's Dr. Pepper time. You got it. Dr. Pepper time. That's right, Dr. Pepper.
Here's DC special number 3. It's the all-girl issue.
Grottu Orloff races his Dr. Pepper shit. Drink it too, you'll be as fat as me.
DC special number 14, Wanted, the world's most dangerous villains. Oh, we're getting into Detective Comics. Detective Comics 27. Wait a second. I can file a. I have a new Detective Comics over here. Let me go get it. A facsimile of an old Detective Comics. Oh boy.
Especially the famous shower bath scene, which the TV version did not dare show. This occurs 44 minutes from the start of Psycho. Watch for it. And remember, no one will be admitted to see Psycho except from the very beginning. I now leave you with this final serious message.
Suggested for mature audiences. Now playing in a theater or drive-in near you. Yeah, we're ready to rock it here on KLIF. Let's go, man, with more rock and roll records.
Excuse me, Drew. Here's Detective Comics number 66, a recent facsimile that may still be in your local comic store. This just came out a few weeks ago. So, what you just saw was a facsimile of the first appearance of Batman in issue 27 from a few years ago. 31, this is also a facsimile of recent vintage. And then 38, First Robin, this is another facsimile recently. See, at this point, they still had their barcode on the front, but DC's learned to stop doing that. Now they have that barcode on the back. Marvel has not yet picked up on that. Here's 40. And I'm trying to remember this. They're usually the ones they do facsimiles of are, I don't want to use that term key issue, but important issues. And I don't remember, this might be the first. I don't remember what this, what that, something. 40. Okay, here's 58. If they do enough of these, eventually you'll have a lot of run from back then. And then here's where I'll put my facsimile of 66 in. And then the next facsimile is 140, First Riddler. And then my first real copy of Detective Comics is 271. And then I have 298. It was once owned by Betty. I don't think that's Betty doing her math on the moon. I think that's the dealer, the distributor, or whatever of the comic writing. That could be. Well, it's 25, 10, and then 61. Is this a 1961 comic? I think this is earlier than that. What? I don't know. If it is from 1961, then that means it's October 25th, 1961 when it came out. Okay, that's 298. I'll look it up later. I don't want to pull it out of the bag right now. Okay, next one's 306, and it's 12 cents. If 298 was 12 cents, 306, 12 cents. Yeah, that could be 61. We'll find out. Here's 317. Oh, and then this, I got a big giant stack of comics from Night Tiger as a prize, and this was part of the books in the stack. See, this is the one I got. This one's a little more worn, you can see. And he's recently talked about these dots in the back. I think one dot means he's read it, and one dot means he's shown it on his YouTube channel. Here's issue 318, which showed up in stores on June 27th in the morning, a.m. That's 318, and here's 324. Ooh, this is a cover I've always liked. Issue 320, or Batman and Robin, or Mummies. 326. And, okay, notice Batman's appearance with the black bat on the gray suit. This is 326. At some point between 326 and 330, the new look came along. They changed the logo on Detective Comics, and Batman now has the yellow oval around the bat on his chest. And the stories were made to be a little more serious. And that lasted for a little bit until in both Batman and Detective, until the TV show came on the air, and then things started to get silly to try to reflect the tone of the show on television, which was actually a comedy. They originally were going to have a laugh track on Batman, and then they decided not to, wisely. But that shows that their intent was to make it I mean, obviously it was supposed to be funny. Here's 359, first Batgirl. She was created for the third season of the TV show, at least this version of Batgirl, because they were trying to get the ratings back up. But another network was going to pick it up at the last minute when it was about to be canceled at the end of the third season. And then it turns out they had already pulled down the Batcave set, and they said, forget it, we don't want to rebuild the Batcave set. That would be too expensive. 363. So Batman would have had another season on another network had they not been too hasty in destroying the set. 365 is one of those great covers. Not sure how this guy here is aiming the gun, but maybe just blindly.
Elvis Presley, 1957.
334. It's hard to see these numbers on black numbers on a purple background, but I was able to do it. $362. Well, another copy of 362. Batman was selling a lot of comics at this time with the show on the air, and there's a lot of them out there. 371. $375. $380. $385. 423. Chinese restaurant. 387. There he is showing that Detective Comics that I just showed you, that facsimile of issue 27. Okay, here comes the Neil Adams kind of era, 392, where they tried to bring the comic back into a more serious tone. This is a fake facsimile of issue 400 with the first Man Bat.
This is a great one. One of my favorites. KLIF.
Okay, this one's real, 403. $411. One that's not bagged and boarded. What's going on with this one? I gotta get more bags and boards. 422. Oh, the first DC Tarzan comic is shown in this. How sad. Kirby's Fourth World Blockbusters. Forever People, New Gods, Jimmy Olsen, and Mr. Miracle. Ooh, the cavemen are coming. I had every one of those model kits. Every one of them. I still have the Allosaurus and the saber-toothed tiger. I think I've got most of the parts. I have the cave. I had this guy with the rock. The pterodactyl. Man. Problem is, like I was saying earlier, those snapped together kits just didn't survive because they would fall apart. Here's 424, the last of the Silver Age that I have. When DC went back down to 20 cents is when I consider it to be the Bronze Age, and those books are in other boxes. Okay, so we're moving into the Doom Patrol. And this isn't real, this is a facsimile. And here is a real issue 82 of My Greatest Adventure.
Leslie Gore from 1963 on KLIF.
Here's 84. This isn't good for your back, I'll tell you what. 86. What I do for content, man. 87. 89. 90. Doom Patrol was a great comic. I guess it was the 90s. My friend Steve was all excited about this new Doom Patrol that looked like it was done for art school students. And I said, no, man, get the original Doom Patrol stuff from the 60s. That stuff's even weirder and much more fun. And there's 91. And he just scoffed at me. So, 94. Oh, well.
We're always first with the hits, man. No one's ever heard these songs before.
95.
The Grottu Orloff.
96. 97. 98. 99. This would be the first appearance of Beast Boy, or it would later be the Changeling in Teen Titans. Here's the facsimile of it that came out a couple of years ago. So here's the original, here's the facsimile, just so you can do an A-B comparison. Original's more purple, but I don't know. You decide.
Somewhere in the deepest recesses of the human soul, there were vague cravings, strange fears.
And hidden here lie the mysterious, the primal longings that can twist a normal man into a snarling monster.
That is the age-old curse of the werewolf. Brought to you now on the motion picture screen in drama unparalleled.
Here's
It's
101.
horror. Curse of the werewolf.
There's the Aurora model motoring I was talking about.
Transforms himself into an evil thing with the head and appetite of a wolf.
You'll stare transfixed as he returns to normal appearance once his cravings have been appeased.
What was this strange urge to kill and kill?
102. This is them teaming up with the Doom Patrol. I think that I just showed you the challenges of the unknown that was part of this story. 103. They didn't make it into the Bronze Age. Their comic died right before the Bronze Age started. 104. I mean, they brought it reprints back, but it wasn't new stuff. 105. X-Men was similar in that it died right about the time the Bronze Age started, and they started going to reprints, and then X-Men came back in 75 with the new X-Men, and Doom Patrol came back with an issue of the new revival of Showcase, and that must have been about 78. So they followed a similar trajectory. Doom Patrol came back with a mostly different lineup about 78, I think. 106. There's Switch and Go. That would have been a big thing for Santa to bring back then. 107. 108. A brand new 1967 Ford Mustang. Didn't I just show you this? Look, another copy of 108. '109, and someone's written on the M, February 1967. It looks like maybe my Doom Patrols go into another box, so you may not be seeing all of them here. 110. I think. 112. That's a great cover. That's a great back cover. 113. 114. 1967, astronaut. A couple years before man walked on the moon. 115. Tarzan model kit. Oh my. That's all for this box. So the rest of my Doom Patrol will have to be in the next box. Okay. We looked at this box, Wonder Woman to X-Men. Superboy to Superman. Did we look at this? Did we? I don't know. I don't think we looked at this box. This might. You want to look at some Superman books? And this one is Strange Adventures to Strange Tales. We looked at that box 100%. I'm sure of that. Okay, this box starts with an 80-page giant Superboy Batman model kit back cover. Yes, I know this should be bagged and boarded. It's the way it goes, man. Here's Superboy 133. Maybe I should end this episode at 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 22 seconds. Maybe I should try that. 134. 136. I always like this. The L-E-L name. Once you realize that that means God, you start to
Ladies and gentlemen, from 1964 here on KOIL.
Elohim, you know, and everything from Bethel Temple, you know, just this is a Superboy 138, coverless. Superboy 139. 141, there's a little thing that says coupon cut on back cover. Wonder what they ordered. Oh well. Sometimes it's interesting to figure out what the kids actually ordered, because most kids don't order from these comic book ads. I don't think I ever ordered from a comic book ad. I ordered from the superhero catalog from the 70s, from Heroes World or whatever. Here's 147. My brother ordered Civil War, a Civil War playset with little soldiers and exploding bridges and not tanks, cannons, and and it came in a box, literally this tall and this. And the battlefield was a little plastic piece that you unfolded like a tablecloth. It was pretty bad. I used to still have some of those Civil War soldiers. I don't know if I still do, but yeah. No, I don't think. I wonder how many kids actually ordered from the ads. I don't know. And then it always said allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. I mean, it wasn't like nowadays with Amazon. It's just like things were more complicated back then. If you wanted to make a phone call to someone in a neighboring town, it might cost $20 to talk for 10 minutes because you had long distance charges, which people don't have with cell phones now. You can call people in South America and England and talk for hours and hours, and it's no different from a regular phone call. It wasn't the way it used to be. That's 165. There's another copy, 165. Here's 166. $172. Oh my gosh, 180. He's Prince of the Wolf Pack here. $181.
Georgetown scope from
182. 183, not in very good condition. Here's 187. Here's Giant Superboy Annual number 1. Dang. I forgot I had this. Look at that. Origin of Crypto. Okay, now we've been in. Here's 80-page Giant number 11, Superman. Greatest Superman Luthor duels. Love, 1971. Here's my copy of Superman number 1. I think I showed these yesterday. Pizza Hut Collector's Edition, Superman 97. And my oldest Superman in my collection would be 136, 10-cent comic. Here's 138. We're still in the 10-cent era. 149. Great time period. 156. I want more facsimiles of this time period, man. Another copy of the same one. I don't want to end it at 2 hours, 22 minutes, 22 seconds, because I'm not done with this box. 169. Another copy of the same issue. 172. Night Tiger had a show yesterday. I haven't watched it yet, but I intend to later today, about having multiple copies of the same comic. Some people collect them intentionally, some people accidentally, but he was talking about collecting them on purpose. Man, this has the granddaddy of all. I've never seen a spine roll this bad, and it's the comic's really not in bad shape. But look, the spine roll's that big, and causing the book to be, the back cover to be way over there. Some people that know about pressing could fix this, but I mean, it's not that high dollar a book that maybe I'd like to fix it, but I just don't have the knowledge to do it. 189, huh? Where am I, man? Did I show all these books? I don't think so. I think this book's out of order. $169. I don't remember showing this one. Did I show 172? I'm losing my mind here. Oh man, I can't. I think that says 166. Again, it's black ink on the black numbers on a purple background. I love the purple backgrounds that just make the numbers white. Okay, 174. Did I show you this one? This is why you wind up with multiple copies, because you don't remember. 175. See, here again, I got the same copy twice. 176. 177. 179. Okay, here's 181. 182. 183. Another copy of 183. 184. Another copy, 184. I don't need to show. 187. Another copy, 187. Another copy, 187. I like that key cover, obviously. Here's 188. Another copy of 188. And another copy of 188. Okay, here's 191. So that book that had the spine roll should be in front of this one. 189, then 191. It was way misfiled. That's what confused me. 193. Another copy of 193. 195. 197. We're not 197. See, I got a lot of duplication. Because, you know, you find one 10 years, 15 years later, you're in a comic store, and it's like, do I have that? And it turns out, yes, you do. 202. Another 202, because it's Bizarro World, and then it's got Frankenstein. You know, every time I see it, I bought it. 202, yeah. 207. 30th anniversary of Superman, 1938 to 1968. See, we're getting into that era of Neil Adams, 208, wherever either it's Neil Adams or someone copying his style, 208, is DC is trying to get a more mature look after the silliness of the Batman camp era. Which I'm not knocking the Batman camp era, I'm just noting that DC is trying to get away from that. 212. I have two 212s. One was exposed to maybe that same radiation that causes kids to stop being juvenile delinquents. Now, it's probably in the window of 7-Eleven. The spinner rack was, or it was up on the wall in a comic store with fluorescent light, and it bleaches out any red. Notice the red is all gone, basically from Supergirl's cape and Superman, and from the chest shield. 212. And these people that put their slab comics on display, permanent display, even though they're under, that plastic doesn't protect from the sunlight, if you've got I don't know if anyone would be dumb enough to have fluorescent light in a comic room, but some people may not have any choice. That may be how their house was built. 217. I mean, you want to display your comics forever, I just make a color copy and frame that, you know, rather than put the actual comics on display. 222. But for a lot of people, comics are just like trading cards. All they are is a front cover and a back cover, and they're sealed in plastic forever. And they always say, well, I can always read the comic anytime I want online, and maybe, but you're never going to do it. These people are just in it for how cool the covers look. I don't know. Maybe it's just an investment. I don't know if it's the soundest investment, because once the kids that read these books are now in their mid-70s, in a few decades, I don't know. Maybe Superman will probably always be big, but course, Superman comics from this time period aren't that valuable. They should be. But, a lot of these people only buy issues that are key issues, you know. Oh, this is an important issue. They made a facsimile of this. I don't think I got the facsimile. My original copy is pretty good of this. This is when they revamped it, got rid of kryptonite. I think this is when Superman became a TV network anchorman instead of a newspaper reporter, which doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to be disguising yourself but putting yourself on network television. But when they explained that his glasses caused his face to be distorted to anyone that looked at him. Okay, well, that's all these boxes. We've looked at them now, so why don't we make it 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds. And then David Wilcock will start about 45 minutes from now. I think he's doing some show about Christ today. David Wilcock's kind of a UFO, kind of new agey guy, but he's really likable. And he's conservative, and he is a Christian, although he's a way out Christian. I like David Wilcock. I like to watch him. It's just comforting to have him on television every Sunday. Okay. He was real comforting during the pandemic, you know. The beginning of the pandemic was a little weird and scary. You knew you were being lied to, but it was like you didn't really know what was going on, though. Okay, 33 seconds. So it's been great hanging out with you guys again today. I've done so much lately that you're probably going to have a long time to catch up, and you're probably never going to watch a lot of these. But if you got to this point, thank you. Keep tuning in. I'll be doing another show with my wife here pretty soon. But 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds. Goodbye, Mr. Bond.